Morning, everyone. I just want to take a few moments to talk to you about the untimely passing of Supreme Court Justice Antonin Scalia and what that means for us as a country. But first, my sincere condolences to his friends and family. Even though I didn't agree with any of his views, virtually any of his views, he was still a family man. He still had friends, and he was still a dignified public servant. And I want to thank him for his service. One of his good friends of the Supreme Court was Ruth Bader Ginsburg, even though they agreed on virtually nothing. And it just goes to show you that you can have strong disagreements with your opponents on the other side and still separate the professional from the personal. So I think they're just a great example for the rest of us in this country. What this means for the court right now, any cases that were going to be heard in this term will still be heard, and the justices will just vote as a panel of 8 instead of 9. If there are any ties on the court because of this, the decision that was made in the lower courts will be upheld, and it would be as if the Supreme Court never heard it. Now, in terms of politics, this does shift the balance of power quite a bit. Antonin Scalia was part of the conservative wing of the court, and his untimely passing does give President Barack Obama the ability to appoint someone to the Supreme Court. That means that the court may shift in the majority slightly from center right to center left, but that all still needs to play out. However, some people have already taken this opportunity to try to say that President Barack Obama does not deserve or should not exercise his duly held authority of appointing someone to the Supreme Court. Presidential candidate Ted Cruz, Donald Trump, and Marco Rubio have all come out and instructed Senate Republicans to obstruct and delay the process as much as possible. Let me be clear that this would be unprecedented. In the last 100 years, Supreme Court justices have been appointed during an election year. So no matter if you're feeling the burn, you're with Hillary, or even if you're just a concerned American citizen, the President of the United States, who was elected and won the popular vote by 5 million votes and overwhelmingly won the Electoral College over Mitt Romney, should not be denied the ability to appoint someone to the Supreme Court. It would be unprecedented. It would be an obstruction of the Constitution. And I know many on the other side are always talking about upholding the Constitution and loving the Constitution. Well, let's see if they actually follow through with that. Senator Warren beautifully said that Article 2, Section 2 of the Constitution says that the president has the authority to appoint a Supreme Court justice in the event of a vacancy, and that the Senate has the ability, must provide advice and consent. It does not say anywhere there, except in the last year of a president's term, if he happens to be a Democratic president. We must unite in order for President Barack Obama to be respected and for his authority to continue to be respected. He is the elected president, and he will be president until next January. I sincerely hope that Senate Republicans don't obstruct this process and actually do what they're supposed to do, and that is to advise and consent and provide consent for the appointments. If they want to not do that, I encourage everyone to call, to email, to tweet Senator Mitch McConnell, who is the majority leader in the Senate, and tell him to do his job and to not get in the way of the President of the United States from appointing someone to the Supreme Court. Again, I really, really hope that Senate Republicans do not divide this nation up and make this a political war and a political battle. And I hope that they fulfill their duty under the Constitution. Thank you, everyone. Much love.